What's up, everybody? Welcome back to today's class. It's so fun to be here again. And yeah, today we're finally gonna talk about animation. For some good time, we've been building our rig, and I think it's time to give it some motion. So I have in front of the screen here this loop that I built up for sake of just having fun, really. I like doing that. I like always testing my rig and kind of bring them to life. You don't just rig a character to remain still. So just have fun with your rig, really, sometimes. And if you didn't watch this class of making this character, I highly advise you to take that course. It's actually free, really free, but very, very important. So it covers up really the basics of everything, of character building and rigging and styling and all that. And in addition to this short loop, we have our chicken here as well. So if you also want to learn how I build up this rig, it's up to you to just let me know under the comment, and I'll also make a class on that. But yeah, so let's talk about this loop here. Loops are always good. Loops are catchy and they're short, and yeah, it's something you can just quickly build and post on your social media, really, and you could always add it in your portfolio. That's the beauty about it. So about this animation, the challenge I had here, I'll say, was let me just pause there. The challenge mainly was I'll say it was on the posing it, really, yeah, because it's quite straightforward actually. The way it looks, it's not doing like complex moves. It's not like he's jumping and stuff, but just posing those arms were a bit challenging. But thanks to Limba and all these parameters and features, made it possible for me to come up with something I'm happy with. Right? So yeah, so I'll just pause it and take you like scene by scene, frame by frame as well. So what I usually do when I'm building up my animation, I usually break them into individual composition. So this one that you're watching here, this is like the final comp of all of them together with the effects, with all the stuff added up. But if I take you to the Rafiki's scene, because actually the guy is called Rafiki, I ended up giving him a name. If I take you to Rafiki's scene here, you'll see he's animated alone here, and all he does is just looking around, looking up and down, left to right. That's all he does. When I was saying that the ham was a bit challenging, it's because they don't keep the same length when he's rotating around. There's a way it kind of shortens up, and that's why you'll see if I kind of pause it and I click on let me just block the binocular for now. If I click on the, let me just block this one as well. If I click on this wrist here, it's actually the wrist that I want. Yep. If I click on the wrist and I come to the effects here, you'll see my upper length and my lower length are actually being animated as well. So meaning, if I go to the first pose, which is basically this one, you'll see it has the initial length 155 to 155 here, right? But then when it goes aside, there's a way this limb here kind of goes shorter, right? I don't know, it's just a natural form, because if you keep it to 155, like, it will look a bit weird. So there's a way it shortens up a little bit. That's why you've seen it went from 155 to 130, the length. I just shorten it up a little bit, and it looks just natural than at 155, right? And so I did also the same on the other side. When it goes there, what I did, it was now on this other wrist. I also animated it. You can see like it was from all initial 155 and shorten it up. So thanks to Limba, really thanks to Limba, I can have that done. And the beauty about it is, especially for us that are not really good into drawing, so this was just I save it, right? It really saved my life on that. Yeah, so Rafiki, the position, I mean, the animation is not really complex, really. Like you can see, it's just looking like front, it goes like left, it goes up, you know, really just that. And also, as you can notice, the binocular is also rigged. It's also rigged on its own. If I go to the binocular scene now, yeah, this is the binocular scene, and you can see it's actually a rigged one because I also rigged it using joystick and slider that you can actually get from aescript.com. Yeah, yeah. So I rigged the binocular, I rigged the Rafiki, and the next thing to talk about is actually the chicken. This was fun. The chicken, the neck. What I did with the neck, I literally just used Limba. It's actually just a Limba file as well. Yeah. So the neck is basically just a limb, and I attached to the body. As I said, this is not a course on bar rigging. This is just to take you through like how I did this loop. If I play with the head here, you'll see the head is actually animated as well, the head turn. So it goes there, it looks at us, yeah. And also actually have this extra, and just playing back, this extra tail here that also kind of rigged. Let me just move this down a bit. The tail is also actually rigged because if I play with this slider, you can see it goes more and opens it up. Really fun. It was fun, and actually this rig was quite quick to build. Again, if you want to learn how to do this, just drop a comment there and I'll do it for you. I'll cook up a class from scratch and take you through our build at this. Yeah, so after doing all that and animating my like character in their own compositions, like you can see, the chicken is animated on his own, and same as for my character as well. Just looking around. Yeah, and what I do after that, I just bring them all now in one composition, and like start assembling them. So that's when we came to this one here. I called it environment because I added the trees, I added a bunch of stuff around. Yeah, so my scene here, the way it looks is actually a 3D scene. What I did after bringing all my scenes together, so what I did, I just turned them on to 3D. That's why you're seeing these cubes here on comps. So if I switch my camera, let me switch to one of the camera, and you can have an idea of how the scene looks like. Yeah, so if I'm switching this camera and then I'll zoom in, you can see how I kind of align them. Chicken is actually in front, and they're just really flat layers. They're just flat. Just zoom in so you can see. Yeah, you can see like they're just flat layers, but I made them 3D. By making them 3D, it allows me to kind of like move with the camera in and out and give it the 3D feel, right? It was really fun and really straightforward. So I did that. My chicken is actually somewhere in front here. Let me just zoom out and I'll show you the chicken. Yeah, the chicken is actually just in front here. And like as you can see again, they're just all in 3D layer. Yeah, and after that I added my camera, the main camera I used, which was actually this one. I actually named it main. This one here, yeah. And what I did with the camera, if I open the options down here, I added a depth of field. So from 0, my focus is full on Rafiki. Like you say, nothing is really being blurred here. But after some times, when I zoom out, I play with the focus again here. And here what I did, I just moved my focus point from the back there to the chicken here. That's why you see Rafiki is being blurred now. Yeah, so the camera movement is simple really. Just zoom out, I just dolly out, dolly in and dolly out. And one thing about the loops, what makes a loop nice is just the way it starts should be the way it's ending as well. I don't know if that makes sense. My camera starts on Rafiki here. I'll just put it back. Yeah. So you see the way my camera starts, it's all on Rafiki. And if I go back to the last frame, I'm still on Rafiki as well. You see, so it should just give you that feel as if it's still going on, like it's still continuing. It's like a proper loop, right? So yeah, that's what I usually do. That's my first trick is the way I'm starting my loop, we end the same way as well. So that it gives me that clean loop. So as you can see, I start from Rafiki and then I zoom out. I zoom out with my camera, and if I actually switch to one of these two views so that you can see what's happening here. This is actually just my scene here, right? And my camera being moved around. So you can see it starts from Rafiki there. See how the camera is moving, and I'll just pull it back, and then boom, it comes all the way down here where the chicken is. Alright, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Just aligning and putting all the asset, I mean your scenes in like 3D. Yeah, but I would love next time to actually cook up an animation with you live. So this was just to get you in a vibe, put you in a mood, and yeah, I'm excited to actually build one up with you. So tell me what you think, and if you want to see more loops, check on my Instagram. I always post loops, I always post great loops, and I always have fun with them, right? So I'm looking forward to actually build one with you. So and also I would love to see what you have done with what you've been learning so far. Hey, thank you so much, and let's practice, let's make some more art, and I hope to see you again next time so that we build more.